Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this target selection. So that means here when I press A for attack, I go to this view where I get to select the target before performing the attack, and we can switch between the selected target, and if I want to go back we can press B and go back into the previous screen, same as in Expedition 33. And yeah, that's what we are going to work on today, and everything else is already implemented. This view and this items view and this skills view. So yeah, these things are already worked on. Today we are going to work on the attack and target selection. Right, so here also we will be using common UI inputs and also gameplay camera, a special camera rig for target selection part. Right, so before we get started, here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself too. And also, if you become a member of my Patreon page, you can access the full project of this, not just this project. If you become a member, to the date there are over 2000 videos. For each video, project files are available for you. There are thousands of projects with various different things implemented in Unreal. So I'll leave links to everything in description below. Feel free to check it out. And let's get back to today's tutorial now. Okay, so for the target selection screen, let's first create a UI, and it should follow the same pattern we used for other UIs. So that means, let me select one of them. For example, this ranged attack. We need this on activated. We need to call the set camera mode, and when I press back button, we need to push back the actions. So that's pretty much all I want to do. So, and it should be a child of this WBP base activatable widget. So to make things easier, I'll duplicate the WBP ranged attack and I'll name it WBP target select. Right, now here we don't need this vertical. All what we need is two buttons, X to select target and B to back for back. And we have all the input images here. So we need a text, and yeah, this is the reference from Expedition 33. We need to show the button and a text. So yeah, let's add a horizontal panel, horizontal box over here, and I'll use this this action button. We created this action button. Maybe we can reuse that. Yeah, why not? So let's use that action button. Add one here. I'll set the horizontal box size to content. Duplicate this. First one should say select target. What does it say? Yeah, select target. And it's X, yeah, that's correct. Select back. There should be a gap between these. Add some padding to the left. Okay, select target, and this one should say back. And you need to use the icon B. Oh, sorry, not here. Here. Okay. And now in the code, we need to use, now the camera mode is not aiming. So I think we need a different camera mode here instead of what we have here. So camera modes are defined here. This enumeration is here. I'll add a new one. What should I call it? Select target. Wait. Select. We can actually have space here. There. Now here, oh, it's not coming up. Select target. Okay. Now in my player pawn, which is this one, we don't really have anything to change, so it's fine. But in our camera system, this evaluator, camera director evaluator, now we have this output. But to test if things are working, let me reuse this aiming mode, and we can establish the flow first, then we can add a different camera rig to that. So now I need to modify my action widget as well, because here we need to bind this A input action, because when we press A, we are going to the attack mode, but first we need to select the target. So that's what we need to use this target selection screen. So A, and we're gonna need the same thing. Maybe we should use a macro for this. We should do that later, because we are repeating the same part of code with minor differences. Yeah. Right. Now this time we need to highlight attack. We should activate WBP target select. Right, let's test now. Okay. Yeah, select target back. But we are using the camera rig for aiming, so that's why we can move around with the mouse. We don't need that. So we need to set up a separate camera rig. So let's go to our camera, and what is this? This should be CR, not CA, because it's a camera rig. So let's create a new camera rig. Gameplay, camera rig. Let's say CR select target. Now same as before, let's add a sequence. Now we need to attach this camera to this enemy party, because we are selecting. So whoever the enemy that we select for attack, we need to attach the camera to that. So we will be focusing on that character. To do that, we can use attach to actor, and I'll promote this to a camera interface parameter. Now what's this name? Can we rename this here? Target tag. Okay. And also we need to set the field of view to 90. And also we would need a boom up. So yeah, same as, let's try something like this. What else? Let's try this. This should be fine. Now we need to switch to this camera rig here when we are in the select target. CR, select target. And also when we do that, we also need to set this target actor as well. But before we do that, let's see what happens. Okay, so now the camera change does happen, but we haven't set the target character yet. We can do that here. Yeah. Let's get this. Oh, we have this on activated. Now here, before we set the camera mode, we need to set the target actor. So for that, we have to access these enemies, and we have a reference to those enemies in here in the BP match enemy party. So let's do something like this. Get actor of class. I'll choose PP match. Now we will need to rethink this approach when we have multiple match blueprints, but for now this is fine. And I'll promote this to a variable match. Okay, and then we need to set the attachment. So here, let's add a function. Before that, this is a quick way to add a function. Set attachment. Oh well, let's call it something meaningful. Set target. Yeah. So here, now we have the match. From match we can get enemy party. Wait. With enemy party. Now from this we can get access enemies. So right now I'll just access 0. And also we do need this is how we set target actor. Now here we can set the target actor like this. Make, but we need this camera data. So to access that, here in the character, if I can access this gameplay camera, we can get this shared camera data. We can use it, but we don't have direct access to that within the target selection. So what I can do is this. Yeah, get on in player one to CLM base character and promote to variable CLM base character. Okay, now here we can get camera, get gameplay camera, and get shared camera data. That's it. Okay, now let's check. Yeah, see, now we are focused on this character. So to switch the character, let's use RT and LT inputs. That means in the keyboard Q and A. For how do we do that? Here, let's do something like this. Let's promote this to a variable. What should I call it? Selected enemy index or target enemy index. Target enemy index, yeah. Let's get some space here. Set target enemy index. So what I'm going to do is get the current target enemy index and add some number. Let's call it delta. So if I put a -1 here, we will be reducing the target index. If I put a +1, we'll be increasing the increment in the target index. And we need to clamp this between 0 and the last index of this enemy party. This, and set the value like this. Now we have this function set target, and we can bind this to IART here, started, set target with the delta 1. So we will be changing to the right, and IALT, the same thing. The -1. One more thing. We need to check if this widget is active. Okay. I'll save everything. Test. A. E. Yeah, it's working. But we don't see the head of this character. So we might either we need to pull back the camera, or we need to give an offset. Let's try giving a vertical offset. This, perhaps. Better. Also, we can increase this to 50. Okay, now to clarify that this character is indeed selected, we can show the health bar of this selected character just like in here. but we haven't created a health bar suitable for this yet, so we will work on that in the next episode. And of course we can go back. Let's say again, oh, we have this snapping effect, we need to smooth it out. So transitions, direct transition, smooth blend, okay. Yeah, it's smooth now. Oh, this snapping, it's not so smooth. Can I dampen position? And I set this to 10. Let's test now. Auto attack. Yep. Yeah, now we have some smoothness. Better. Alright, so that's all I want to do in this episode. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.